Are you considering adding a new pet to your home? So before you make this decision, I'm gonna pose a few questions about whether it's appropriate to add to your pack, and you just consider them, think about them, and hopefully answering these questions will lead you to the right decision. Before we get started, I'm drinking a Côtes de Rhône. Now, let's get into it. Number one thing I want you to consider is, will this animal increase the quality of life of your current animals? Or will it keep the quality of life the same? Or will it decrease the quality of life? That is so important. I firmly believe that any new animal coming into your home should increase the quality of life or keep it the same, but never decrease the quality of life, because that is so unfair to the existing animals in your home. The other thing I want you to ask yourself is, do you have a vulnerable dog at home? Do you have a small dog? Do you have a senior dog? Do you have a dog with health issues? Because if you do, adding another pet could cause stress. It also could help your dog get a new lease on life. Again, I don't know the answers to these questions. These are questions I'm posing to you. But very commonly, I do see people get a puppy when they have a senior dog, and it does not increase the quality of life of the senior dog. So just something to consider. If you have a vulnerable dog in your home, or cat, of course, then ask yourself, will adding to my pack increase the quality of life or keep it the same? The other question I want you to ask yourself, do you have clear leadership? Are you a clear leader? Or do you just love dogs and want to spoil them? Or do you truly understand the need for leadership, rules, and boundaries? Because the more animals you have in your home, the more leadership is key, so it runs smoothly and there's no altercations. So if you don't have clear leadership, don't have clear rules and boundaries and routine, you really need to consider how safe it is adding another animal into your home. The other thing I want you to consider is, does your current animals have any behavior problems? Because if they do, the new animal is going to learn from them. It almost never happens the other way. I wish it did. I wish that the dog that was doing the new dog could teach the current dog how to do things right. It just doesn't really work like that. So does any of the animals in your home have behavior problems? Because the new animal coming into your home is going to learn those behaviors as well. So the other thing that I always tell people is, a pack is a fragile ecosystem. It's like a fragile ecosystem in that it can be very temperamental, and it really, if you have, so here is, I guess, the advice I have. If you have a pack of animals, and I would say a pack 2 or more, and they get along beautifully and they're doing really, really well, I lean on the be grateful that you have such a good quality of life and home life with these animals, and don't potentially jam it up. That typically is my advice. And but again, I want you to ask yourself the aforementioned questions, and maybe it is the right thing to add to your pack. Again, I don't know the answer to that. However, if there is any question as to, is this right? I kind of think it should be a hard yes or it's a hard no. And if you can do a little foster situation and kind of slowly acclimate the animals, engage how it is, see if it's appropriate, that is certainly ideal as well. But again, it can be a fragile dynamic. And I think, there's something to be said about, just thanking your lucky stars that your animals are happy and healthy and get along, and not wanting to potentially jam that up. But ask yourself the questions. Maybe it absolutely is the right thing to add to your family. I've certainly seen a dog come in and add to the quality of life of the existing animals. I can think of a really good example, and that is my friend Doug. His dog Turkey, his golden retriever, got the golden retriever as a puppy, and he was a hyper golden retriever, as all puppies are when they first got him. And they did a lot of confinement, a lot of managed interaction with the current dog, which was a Chihuahua, and the 2 cats. And I 100% think that bringing Turkey into the home has increased the quality of life of the cats and the Chihuahua. Everybody seems happier and more confident, and it's a lovely family dynamic. But I have several clients over the years, but honestly several right now, that especially within the last year, I would say, that got another animal. And I, without saying I wouldn't do it, I tried to maybe very gently dissuade against it. Or maybe just in my gut, didn't feel like it was my place to say. And in my gut thought, I probably wouldn't do that. And it's gone bad. You know what I mean? So, a lot to consider, but I do want you to consider it. I don't want you to just jump into it and make a hasty decision. I want you to consider all sides and make a pros and cons list. But anyway, see what is the right thing to do for you and your family. I hope these questions helped you. Happy training, happy drinking. Please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.